The clips you're about to see are unsettling. They reveal a chilling truth that at times, you're never truly alone in your own home. If you're new here, like this video, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you'll know the moment our next chilling story begins. It's the middle of the night at an apartment complex in Toledo. A doorbell camera flickers on. A man is at the front door, knocking. There's something tucked in his waistband. It looks like a firearm. Inside, the homeowner watches the feed. She doesn't recognize him. She calls out, "Who is it?" The man answers, flatly, "It's me." She presses again, suspicious. But he doesn't explain. Instead, he just gives a slow wave through the camera. It's not enough to convince her. She refuses to open the door. The man finally turns and walks away. But as he leaves, the second man rises from behind a nearby dumpster. He joins the first, and together, they disappear off camera. Moments later, they reappear at the back door. They crouch down and start picking at the lock. The homeowner calls the police. By the time officers arrive, the two men are gone. They never got the door open, but what they planned is still unknown. The almost empty backpack on the first man suggests a robbery, but it could have been something far worse. They've never been identified, and they're still out there. Just before 2 a.m., in Rochester, New York, a doorbell camera flickers on. A man is standing at the front door. He presses the bell, then immediately darts out of frame. He crouches behind a parked car, breathing heavily, sweat dripping down his face. There's something in his hand, a club of some kind. He keeps glancing around, from the empty street, back to the house's front door. His movements are jittery, erratic, like he's on something. No one answers the door. After a moment, he stands up and slowly walks away. Another minute passes. Then, a voice rings out from off-camera. No one knows whose voice it was. Two possibilities, both unsettling. Either he was hiding from someone, begging to be let inside before they found him, and the voice, the person he feared, or he was trying to bait the homeowner into opening the door, and the voice was a concerned neighbor trying to scare him off. Either way, one thing is clear. That man most likely did not have good intentions. In another clip, a different figure approaches the same home. An unknown man, wearing an oddly disturbing mask. The camera triggers. It records as he grabs the door handle, realizes it's locked, and then he knocks. He waits only a moment, then pulls his sleeve over his hand and carefully wipes his fingerprints from the handle. Without a word, he turns and walks off. A minute later, the homeowner comes to the door. Across the street, she spots the masked man sitting in a car. When she yells to him, he speeds off. She doesn't know who he is or what he wanted, but one detail stands out. Why wipe away fingerprints unless you've had them taken before? A heavy object bulges from his front pocket. What it is remains unknown, and thanks to that mask, so does his identity. It's January 2022. Walter steps out onto his porch, his 3 dogs by his side. Suddenly, one of the dogs stiffens. Its eyes lock on something in the dark. Then, it bolts to the left of the camera. Walter looks closer and realizes what his dogs had seen. A black bear. The massive animal climbs over the railing. It charges toward the dogs. Walter has only seconds to react. Without thinking, he lunges. He slams into the bear, pushing it back. Then he grabs a chair, shoving it into the doorway, a desperate barricade between the bear and his dogs. As he pulls the dogs inside, he yells, "I was attacked by a bear." Safe at last, the reality hits him. When I had time to just sit and stare, it all hit me. I started bawling. I couldn't believe how close to death I was. But I did it for my dogs. Walter escaped with minor injuries. And somehow, all 3 dogs were completely unharmed. Colorado. In the middle of the night, out of the darkness, 3 mountain lions emerge. They move slowly, prowling between homes. Silent shadows in the night. Cameras capture them circling the neighborhood. One even climbs the steps onto a front porch. Mountain lion sightings here are exceptionally rare. Normally, they stay far up in the mountains, where deer are plentiful and people are scarce. To see them here, in a quiet neighborhood, just feet away from sleeping families, is not common at all. Eventually, the 3 lions wander off, disappearing back into the dark. But make no mistake, had a homeowner left a pet outside that night, or stepped out onto the porch themselves, things would have ended much differently. In Texas, a homeowner is woken by a knock at her door. It's just after 1:20 in the morning. A woman stands outside, claiming to be with DoorDash. But the homeowner hadn't ordered food. She was asleep. Inside, it was only her and her nephew. She remembers hearing a faint metal clinking, but thought little of it. It wasn't until morning, when she saw damage outside her home, that she checked her cameras. The front door footage shows the woman, lingering on the porch, from 1:20 to 2 a.m. At first glance, it could almost be explained away. A lost delivery driver, the wrong house. But the backyard camera told a much darker story. At 2 a.m., 4 men slip into the backyard. They move toward a window, trying to force their way inside. The plan becomes clear. The woman at the front door was never a delivery driver. She was a decoy, a distraction, meant to lure the homeowner to unlock the door. When no one answered, the 4 men tried the back instead. Fortunately, they failed. The footage shows them running from the yard. Moments later, the woman leaves the porch. Together, all 5 climb into a dark-colored sedan and disappear into the night. They were never caught. Overland Park, Kansas, March 2017. Across the street, a home is engulfed in flames. The fire rages higher and higher as firefighters rush to the scene. Neighbors scramble, desperately moving their cars out of harm's way. Then, a piece of burning debris sails through the air. It lands in the bushes just feet from the camera. Within seconds, the shrubs burst into flames. The fire begins to spread, threatening to jump from house to house. But before it can take hold, a neighbor notices. He rushes forward, garden hose in hand. He sprays the flames, desperately trying to contain them, while pressing the homeowner's doorbell. Through the speaker, the frantic voice of the homeowner echoes back. They aren't home. Helpless, as the neighbor battles the fire alone. Moments later, the fire department gains control. With the neighbor's quick action and the firefighters' response, the blaze is stopped before it can spread further. This video was recorded in Flint, Michigan, on April 24, 2023. The home was equipped with 2 Ring cameras, one above the garage and one at the front door. Just after 10 p.m., a man in a red jacket approaches. Another figure lingers just behind him. Before ringing, the man in red suddenly tries to break the door down. The Ring doorbell camera shakes from the impacts, then crashes to the ground. But the door itself doesn't budge. Seconds later, he heads to the side of the house. Again, he slams against the door, relentless, trying to force his way inside. Inside, the homeowner wakes in a panic. Confused, they check the cameras. The front door feed is gone, so they switch to the garage camera. Now, they see exactly what's happening. The homeowner's voice cracks. Through the speaker, "Hello." That single word is enough. The 2 men scatter into the night. Police arrive shortly after. They review the footage and confirm one of the men was armed. What they planned to do had they broken in remains unknown. This video was posted by Doorbell News in September of 2022. It's just after 3 a.m. A man approaches the front door. He knocks, then pounds again and again. At first glance, he looks like he needs help, but it's 3 in the morning, and his behavior is unsettling. He asks the homeowner to come out and talk to him. There's no reply. No one opens the door. The man walks off into the street, looking around, searching for a ride. But minutes later, he comes back, this time pounding harder, more aggressive. He yells at the door, his voice echoing through the night. Inside, the homeowner calls police. Whatever this man wanted remains unclear. But one thing is certain, his behavior was deeply bizarre. This clip was recorded at 3 a.m. on April 9, 2023, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The homeowner was asleep when it happened. It wasn't until morning, when he noticed a notification on his phone, that he checked the footage. What he saw horrified him. A woman appears at the door. She pulls out a ring of keys and begins trying them, one after another, desperately attempting to unlock the door. She even searches the porch, looking for a hidden spare. The homeowner said he had never seen her before. Then her behavior grows stranger. She throws rocks at his car. She fiddles with the locks again. Multiple times, she even tries to shove keys into the doorbell camera itself. Minutes pass. Finally, she walks away, never returning to the property. Her identity remains unknown. Her intention? A mystery.